Okay, well, this is my fourth video on physical health, and what we're going to talk about are the last three steps to optimal health. Now we have, and let's see if you can see this here. If this is the first video that you have seen on this topic that I've been covering, is this is our ladder to health and our ladder of health, and it's our steps to optimal health or slide down into serious disease and premature death, and how we have this neutral zone right here where a lot of us may be, but it's an area where we don't feel good, but we don't feel great either. And the thing is, we have a decision at this point where we can either stay and step onto this slide, this slippery slide down into disease and death, or we can start taking steps, proactive steps that will take us up to optimal health. And as we go on, the reason this is a slide here is because it's so easy to go down this path, and we don't have to make a lot of decisions. We can just sit on that couch and watch TV hour after hour instead of getting up and exercising. We can eat the convenience foods and the fast, easy, fun snacks and the things that aren't healthy for us instead of going out there and peeling a carrot and scrubbing a potato and trying a new vegetable that you may or may not like. You know, it just takes more action on your part to do the healthy things. And so you can see why we've got steps and why we've got this slide. And the thing is, it's going to be very, very serious for us. We start having toxins that build up in our system. Our digestive system gets messed up. Our colon in our does not function as well. Our cells become weakened because they aren't getting the nutrients that they need to properly function and build health. And then as you get weaker cells, you get weaker organs and weaker body systems. So things get out of balance. You have the inflammation that comes in. If you don't address the inflammation, it's is such a cause of one of the underlying causes of so many diseases today. And then our chronic stress, we need to deal with that and prevent some of the effects of that on our health. And it all comes down to really taking responsibility for your health. And the I've been a certified wellness educator for the last 10 years, and so this really is a passion of mine and things that I've done a lot of studying on. But also I've been in the medical field as a laboratory technologist. That's my official training, and I'm like one of those nice people that when you go see the doctor and he says go get a blood test, you come and see me, and then I go and run them and test them. We do the chemistries and the blood work and that type of thing. So that's my formal training. The thing is so I've been on both ends of this seesaw of our so-called healthcare system. One is that our medical system is really a disease treating system. It's all about treating symptoms instead of causes. And so when you go to the doctor and you say, I have a headache, he's going to prescribe a pain medicine or an aspirin or whatever. But the thing is you take that to treat the symptom instead of going, what is causing this headache? Well, it may be because of toxins that have built up. It may be because of a weakened immune system, and you've developed allergies to something. It could be just poor circulation and stress and those type of things. So you want to look at causes, and but our system is not, our healthcare system is not designed and set up that way. We're designed for treatment and not for prevention. And the number one reason is there is more profit in treating a symptom than there is in preventing disease. And since our medical system is very highly influenced by pharmaceutical companies, a profit motive is there for that. So if it becomes profitable to do these steps instead of keeping everybody on this part of this ladder of health, um, then I think things would change. Thing is, but we as people can take responsibility ourselves and do these things. We don't need the doctor to tell us to go out and eat healthy and to exercise and to get lots of sleep and get a healthy weight. We know all those things, and we can do those without having a prescription from the doctor and permission from our doctor. So today I'm going to talk about the last three, and that's diet, exercise, and supplementation, because I really feel that if you can focus on those three things, it's going to start to clear up a lot of these other things. Sometimes the reason that you don't sleep well at night is perhaps because you are lacking a certain nutrient that helps your muscles to relax. If you're not eating a healthy diet, of course, it's going to lead to excessive weight, and it's going to lead to inflammation and just I really think that these three here, if you can focus on these three things, a lot of these other things are going to start to take care of themselves. So let's look at diet. You want to have a diet that is basically as close to nature as possible. Ideal would be what we had 50, 70 years ago with our parents and our grandparents, is they grew their own food, and if they wanted to eat, they walked out in the garden and they picked the vegetable for the night, fresh from the garden, came in and cooked it within a very short time period. Very healthy. Most likely it wasn't filled with herbicides and pesticides and very toxic chemicals either. But today that story is different. Our food, even if we do eat fresh foods, are transported from different parts of the country and even different parts of the world. And even if they're organic, it's the same thing. So once you pick something, it starts to lose its nutrients. And we're going to talk about that when we talk about supplementation. As a one of the reasons why we need supplementation. But for now, it's the diet is still key, because even if you did do the world's best supplements that you could find, if you're not eating a healthy diet, you're just fighting against each other. So you want to eat healthy as well as get in a good amount of nutrients as well. So, eat your fresh fruits and your fresh vegetables. Make them the star of your meal. Reduce your consumption of your red meats and eat more fowl, more chicken and turkey and more fish and and like I said, um, avoid or be very limited in your intake of red meats. And there is a lot of information on the net, a lot of places you can go find healthy meals and healthy foods. And for Al and I, we have just found that just very simple, steaming the vegetables and having a protein and having a starch is just something that's just very easy and simple to do. You don't have to have a lot of complicated meals and stuff unless it's really something that you want to do. So the thing is though, is if you're not eating healthy and you are addicted to junk foods, then just start making simple changes and then get through. Make a goal to change one thing. It may be if you're drinking diet sodas or even regular sodas, um, make a decision to stop those, but it may be just drink half a can instead of a whole can, or get the small cans and start drinking those instead of drinking the large cans. Start drinking more, add more water into your life and replace the water, um, or replace your diet drink with water or your soda drink with water. So look for little ways that you can make changes in your diet and start moving towards healthier eating habits. Then exercise, uh, minimum 30 minutes a day. And you may think, I don't have 30 minutes. My life is so full, I just don't have the time to do it. Well, that may be true and it may not. This may be just simply how you're setting up your habits to not have that time for exercise. Or it just could be you get home from work and you could go out and walk, but instead you're going to watch this hour of your favorite TV program, and so you can start to change your habits. Or maybe you're just simply too tired to go and do that. One thing is what I have found is, especially when I started incorporating exercise into my lifestyle habits is when I felt tired, I just didn't feel like going and doing the exercise, if I went and did it anyway, I felt better once I got started, and then when I finished, it was like I just felt so much better, and I had even more energy for the rest of the day or even for the evening, depending on when I was doing the exercise. So get it in. If you can't get in 30 minutes, look for ways to get it in throughout the day. Park your car when you go to Walmart the furthest away that you can and walk into the store. Take the steps instead of the elevator or the escalator. Um, do just little things like that. At lunchtime, maybe you only have time to do a quick 10-minute walk. Get it in. Find these little areas that you can fit in some exercise. Um, do a few jumping jacks or push-ups during commercials. Just something to get started. And then you will go from being a couch potato to maybe running a marathon someday. For me, I had this video in my video series where I talked about Al and I going on a very quick 30-minute bike ride, and I got a few comments about how, yeah, short bike ride, yeah, ha. Well, the thing is, to me, that is a very quick short ride. We just went out, rode out and back, and we were home. Just felt great the rest of the evening. The thing is, though, when I first started riding bike, I could barely do 6 miles, and it completely wore me out. But I kept doing it, and eventually I got to where I was doing 12 miles, and then 18 miles, and then we were going 30 and 40 and 50, and eventually 100 miles, and just really enjoying it, and then increasing our speed. And Al and I both are senior Olympians in cycling, and we have won many gold medals in the road racing and in the time trials, and we've also both qualified for national senior Olympic games and have done very well there, both ending up in the top half of the group, and Al, being on the podium or being very close within like maybe 30 seconds of being on the podium, that type of thing. So we enjoy the cycling, but we didn't start out going 30 miles and think, oh, that was easy. It was just building up a little bit at a time. So if you love cycling, you want to do that, just understand, start where you're at and then go from there. Same with running. You want to go out and run. Don't set your first goal to be a marathon. Set it to be the walk around the block, and then maybe 2 times around the block, and maybe just a little bit faster, and then maybe mix in a jog in the walk and jog and walk and jog, and then start to jog and then jog longer and further, and then push yourself, do some intervals, build it up, and you will be much more successful by doing that. But exercise is so important to this ladder of health. So work it in and set a goal to what you're going to do. And then the last thing is supplementation. Now you may think, well, if I eat healthy and have pretty good lifestyle habits and stuff, I really don't need supplementation. And the thing is, we do. I talked about that a little bit earlier, how our food is not grown in healthy soil like it used to, and it's not as fresh and fresh picked. Even if it's organic, it doesn't have all the nutrients. It's almost impossible with our lifestyle, with what we're exposed to, the toxins and the stress of everyday life and the different things that we deal with in this modern life, where it has a tremendous toll on the nutrients that our body needs to stay healthy, and we're requiring, I believe, higher amounts of nutrients to maintain our health. So supplementation is one of the easiest and best ways to do that. So what you want to do is choose a supplement that's very high quality. Find a company that is very science-based, that has very high quality assurance standards in place, one that has a very good reputation in the marketplace. And I do represent a supplement company that we have been with for over 33 years and have had very positive health benefits from using their supplements. And also we have seen amazing health recovery stories from people that had for years struggled with very serious illnesses, and they had gone and they had bought what they thought were the best nutrients and the best multivitamins and individual supplements that they could find, and their health still was not recovering and improving like they needed to, and just getting very discouraged. And at the last minute, someone sharing the products that we represent and having complete health change, life changes around. It's because the company is very science based. It's not, their supplements are not designed on marketing hype and fancy ingredients and that type of thing. They're very solid base, and then they have extremely high quality control standards, and so high in fact that the government uses them as a standard for setting the standards for nutritional companies today. And so if you want to know a little bit more about that, I have a contact form on this site that you can fill out and say, yes, I would like to hear more about what you do and why you do that. And I've also made a video that explains how you can go out and you can evaluate to see if a supplement company is top quality, because we're not the only one. There are other ones that do have good products and stuff, and everyone says theirs is the best. So know how to judge for yourself. And I am not sure if I'm going to have that posted on this blog or where, but once I figure that out, I will put this with this video so that you can watch that. And I think that really wraps it up. Other than to say that you do have that choice to go up this ladder and be proactive, or you can just do nothing and just slide on down and think, oh, it's not going to matter. I can't make a difference. We're going to get sick no matter what. No, you do have that choice, and if you do make this choice, it's going to cost you in effort and in time, and maybe you may cost more to eat healthy. It definitely, adding the supplements to your budget is going to increase that. But the thing is, what's it cost you to be sick? Loss of time at work, loss of wages, loss of enjoying life, of losing a loved one that died prematurely, that should never have died when they did, and losing that time of spending with them and enjoying things with them, and your grandchildren not getting to grow up and see their grandparents and that type of thing. Plus all the costs of being sick, of the hospital care and the prescription medications and just the poor quality of life. So this is not free, and this is not easy, but that's why it's done in these steps. This is easy, but it's by a lot higher cost. So I hope that you do choose to start doing this, and put a comment in the comment box below about your journey, decisions that you have made, and what you're going to do to set these goals that you have set for yourself, and find someone to be accountable to. Have a buddy do it with you. Don't try to do this by yourself. No one does things by themselves very well. So have someone that you're accountable to, that's going to keep you going. Someone that when you decide you're going to start walking every day, have someone walk with you, because it's a lot easier to get up out of bed that half hour earlier in the morning when you know that someone's waiting on that street corner for you than it is to just get up and walk by yourself. So do these things. Let me hear about your journey, and we will have people that will just encourage you along the way. I also will have a PDF that you can fill out to see where you're at on your for setting goals, that you can fill out and make a commitment to. And then also I do have a tool that I absolutely love, and when we talked about on the slide, symptoms is a thing. When you become aware of the symptoms, so many times they're tied to nutritional deficiencies. So I do have a tool. It's a questionnaire that you fill out, and it's very detailed, but it will, once you do that, it will pinpoint nutrients that you may be lacking in your diet, and that you can improve through supplementation. So if you would like that, I will also place that on this post, so that and link it to it. I'll probably be on my blog, is my different blog pages as well. So look for it. It will be the I believe it's the wellness questionnaire, or something like that. So look for something like that, and that is it's free, though it has a value of like $70 to actually, if you were to pay for it, it would cost at least that much to do this evaluation. It's very thorough. And then we would set up a time to go over it together and share the results with you. So I hope you have enjoyed this part of the physical health. The next few videos, I'm going to talk about your environmental health and things that you can do to improve in that. And then finally, talk about your financial health and some things that I have learned from studying over the last few years that have really opened my mind to new possibilities. And actually, it's made me quite angry, almost as angry as when I think about our healthcare system and how we just treat symptoms and not causes. I think we have been very misled in our financial education on purpose for the benefit of big corporations and big banks and big government. And there are things that we can do as individuals to change that. And one of it is by simply getting financially educated. And even though I am not a financial advisor, I can teach you, share with you some of the things that I have learned. So with that, I'm just going to call it a wrap. And you have a great day. Thanks. Bye-bye.